Hey, this is Mike.
Hey, this is Kaz, and you were listening to Two Broke Watch Snobs, the only watch podcast that will honor Christmas in our hearts and try to keep it all year round. You have made it to episode 264. Hello.
Christmas Eve recording. Maybe this can be a tradition. I don't know. You've decorated a little bit. I like this.
Yeah, big man showed up. Big man showed up to town.
Yeah.
Told me I was not getting that Patek.
No Patek for you this year.
No, he's just got a Sacarados.
And now that I see you, you really do look away from the microphone a lot.
I'm so sorry. I have to keep. So hey everyone, so two things that are very interesting right now. Last episode of the year we just mentioned, and if you are listening to this on one of the popular podcasts, or audio things that people listen to us on, like Spotify or SoundCloud or the other ones, however you normally listen to us, if you are not aware at this time, we are also recording video for this. So if you go to our YouTube, pause for emphasis, we do have a YouTube. We've had one.
Yeah.
Ooh,
we're
5
almost
years.
We're almost as big as Mr. Beast, I gotta say. Almost.
Yeah.
Almost
We're Mr. Beastlets. Beastlets? Beasticletas? Mr. Beastlets. We're Tiny Beast. We're Tiny Beast. Yeah. Beast Pequeño. We're Tiny Beast Pequeño. But there is a video component of this as well. So go to YouTube, check it out. If you just go to YouTube and look for our channel, Two Broke Watch Snobs, you'll see it. This is an inaugural episode that we're doing a video portion of. If you are seeing this video for the first time, you're like, hey, who are these Two Broke Watch Snobs guys? Yes, there are 263 motherfucking episodes before this that you're just gonna have to find. You have to look for them and listen to them.
You can find us on the internet. That's the best place to look.
Yeah. Go to your local library, ask your parents' permission, go to your local library and head to the internet section. It's behind all of the archived newspapers, and you can find the show there.
Yeah. You have to. Did you ever use library internet where you fed it with quarters or dimes or something?
No.
What? Yeah. I've used internet cafes like that before.
Well, hold on. Libraries and internet cafes are two different proper structures.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Because I'm thinking like a local library.
Yeah.
You're talking about internet cafes.
Yeah. In my head, I see a library and an internet cafe kind of offering the same thing internet-wise. But
one of those things, Jason Bourne checked his email in.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. The other one, he had nothing to do with. I just want to Great films, by the way. I just want to say.
I was watching. I watched the first two not too long ago, and I couldn't stop staring at that tag that he had.
He is wearing a tag Heuer, and it's a little big. It looks a little big on him, but it's fine. He's Jason Bourne. He can actually do whatever he wants.
It's true.
But this is going to be a ton of fun. Welcome to episode 264. This is a really interesting one. We just wanted to do this episode and accomplish a couple things. We really wanted to give folks some insight into really what's going on next year. This video should be an appropriate introduction, just the types of things that Michael and I are going to try to do to increase honestly, the methods that we use to just express ourselves on the Two Broke Watch Snobs podcast. So we have the website, twobrokeWatchSnobs.com. We have our Instagram, which we've kind of just let collect dust over time, just because as an avenue of connecting with folks and sharing watch photos, Instagram became very user unfriendly, if that makes sense. Like, we had people for a long time who would tell us that they never saw anything we posted on Instagram, even though we were posting like constantly. But it's just the way some of the feed algorithm kind of mechanics work on Instagram. So we sort of backed with Instagram for a little bit. And then we also just frankly started recording the show, the Two Broke Watch Snobs podcast, less last year. I think we were doing once a week for a while, then we bumped down to once every 2 weeks, and then we kind of went to just sort of like whenever we felt like it. And then we started going on a recording cadence of, I would say, guilt. driven.
Like one of us would text the other and be like, "Yeah, we should probably record
Yeah,
something."
dude, we should probably record
Well, that's what's good.
something.
That's what's good about using this platform is we want to just lower the barrier to recording. So this tool that we're using now seems pretty easy to just hop on, record. There's a video component. There's a bit less work on my end for editing and things like that. So
I don't think folks understand what Mike had to go through to process our audio. We're in
for
separate
years,
locations.
yeah,
You're on the West Coast, I'm on the East Coast. Classic East meets West Tail, and I would record my track here. I'm in Florida, and Michael record his track where he's at in Washington, or Washington, as I like to say, just to really just to bother my wife. I don't know why. I started to add R's in words that have no business having R's.
okay, that's good.
Would you like some water, Michael?
Water, yeah, I like it.
You're in Washington, and I would record my track, you'd record your track, and then you'd have to go into what I would only assume is the room that they had in the Matrix, where it's all like the tubes and wires and shit, and you'd have to just like put our tracks together. But it was a very painstaking operation. Also, I'm sure the pain was driven primarily from the fact that I cannot face my microphone. And I'm so conscious now because you're looking at me. You're looking at me, not facing my microphone. Because like usually I'll just be like really opening my mail and shit, and just like looking around. I have to face it. I have to face my fears. Michael,
It's good. You're fine. I think it worked out, but we're just gonna get better in what we offer, and I think YouTube is, yeah, pretty neglected overall. Honestly, I may be reaching out to some of you show listeners that run YouTube channels and stuff. I'm really impressed by, some of the channels that we interact with, maybe on Instagram. Yeah, probably just on Instagram. But you guys run YouTube stuff too, and I might have questions for you. So
I love how much of like technological dinosaurs you and I were when Mike and I were doing our pre-show check. We're on this app called StreamYard. We're doing our pre-show check, and Mike was just like, "Dude, look, I can make the color behind our names, the TBWS blue," and our minds were fucking blown. Like, oh my god, this is the future. We put a man on the moon, and we put TBWS blue behind our. I was amazed. So
it's like that clip of the baboon at the zoo where the guy does a magic trick behind the glass, and the baboon's like, "Whoa!"
we're just a couple of orological perplexed baboons. That's really what we're dealing with.
Yeah,
you could put that on a coffee mug and sell it to me if you like. But yeah, so really we want to talk about what's happening next year. Also, we want to talk, hit my hand. This year, releases we thought were fun, things we thought were interesting, and just hang out. If this is your early or one of your first times tuning into the show, Michael and I are not very polished. Michael and I like to tell people this is Michael and I having a private conversation in a restaurant, and you're just being sick and listening in the booth behind us. You just listen to two friends talking to each other because you have no one. And you just want to be part of something. That's really how I tell people the show is.
In the future, I think we'll improve the look of this. Also, I'll do something about these sirens that are happening outside now.
I don't hear anything.
Okay, maybe like some soundproofing. I'm looking at some of these.
Okay, no, I hear it now.
Okay, you hear it now? Yeah, I can't do a lot about the murder, but maybe I can do like.
Can't you solve the Washington State murder problem? Isn't that like within your scope?
That's a big ask. I'm looking at some of these. I think we can probably afford it with the TBWS funds. Okay. I want to get some of those, the headphones, the pink ones with the cat ears and the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to start using that instead of this thing.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
How much are those?
I don't know. $90.
Oh, I don't know about that. We can share one.
We can share one. We'll mail it this week.
We can mail it back and forth, or we can buy one and just like break it in half, and then you get. Well, no, if I break it in half, then it won't work.
We could use like one cup, one ear thing at a time. Maybe. I don't know. There's something there.
We can make it work. We can. I'm on board with it. I mean, we can. Yeah, I'm down. But we have a lot to talk about, or a lot to, really shoot the shit on. So I just wanted to share that as a disclaimer because we're on a new platform right now. Folks will be hearing us for the first time. If you're expecting something fantastically polished and on topic, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
This is not getting around it.
And if you're just hearing this on audio, head over to the YouTube and you can
go to YouTube. Check it out.
You can
see our faces.
You can see what we look like. Maybe you thought that I was Kaz and Kaz was Mike, or like you didn't think we looked like the way that we looked. We've gotten some comments like that before.
I've gotten some funny comments before. Yeah. Anytime my face would be shown.
So now the mystery is solved. You have the names here. You know what everybody looks like. Mystery's over.
You got Santa. Santa's chilling.
Yep. Yeah.
So you got sirens. I have a crying baby. Do you hear my baby crying?
I don't hear the baby. I don't hear the baby.
Well, it sounds like he is in the process of being immolated. So that's not going to get better. He's getting a bath and he hates it. I hate it. You know what I mean? I gotta use like the jaws of life to pry my bloated corpse into the shower and sprinkle some water in my hair for like 30 seconds. Like that is a large amount of effort for me.
Yeah. He's got stuff to do also, man. He's like, I don't have time for this.
I don't have time for this, dude.
Baby
I gotta drool everywhere. He is wet constantly. Nose to asshole, always wet. Always wet. The whole time. And it's a struggle to keep him dry. He's so good. He's so cute. But here, we should do this. We should honor tradition. Michael, do you want to, for the first time, I think for the first time in history, at least the history of the podcast, we've done some stuff in video before, but in the history of this podcast, would you like to do an audio wrist check with me? What are you wearing? Do you want to see what you're wearing?
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Do you want to go first or am I going first?
You see that? The wrist check.
Oh my God, it's happening. And it's even our TVWS blue.
Look at that. I can't believe it. What a time to be alive.
Time to be alive, dude.
This is like the first time I used PowerPoint.
I thought you were going to say this is the first time you learned a power chord. I'm like, yeah, this is definitely in that wheelhouse.
Should I go first?
Please.
All right. So I am wearing the, because it just came in, I'm wearing the Momentum C Quartz 30. And do you see
I
this?
hit my microphone. Sorry. You all right?
You see this? I see
it.
I'm wearing this watch. It's right here. It's a quartz diver that I just got in the mail. I don't have it like the way you see it now. I got it on Tropic. So
okay.
Let's see, where's that?
Good price. Shit.
Yeah, on the bracelet it's not bad. I got it like this on the
I love that.
On the Tropic, just for $260. Not bad. The case is super slim. I actually have my CWC, the Royal Navy diver here, and the cases are just very, very close. But the Momentum is actually slimmer. I think it's 11-ish. Yeah, it's quartz. It's quartz. This one's automatic, but I don't know anything about Magnum PI. By the way, this is like a watch that is supposed to look like the one that he wore.
He wore a couple watches.
Yeah, the GMT Master, and I think this thing. But it's cool, man. I think there are some things I probably would change. The bezel action could be a little bit better. The movement is also doing this kind of weird thing. I don't know if you've experienced this with quartz watches, but I'll set it, I'll get to the minute mark and line it up, and when I want to press it back into,
it moves.
Yeah, the minute hand will jitter either forward or back a little bit.
More economic quartz movements will do that.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. What movement's in there? Do you like how I did my best to sidestep saying cheap?
That was good. That was good.
You appreciate that.
So it's the Ronda, according to this, it's the Ronda R507.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're generally not bad movements. It's going to be one of the more quote unquote affordable movements, but that action you're describing is very common.
Yeah.
You can try to compensate by doing it a few ticks above where you want it. So when you click it in, it drops to where you want it to go.
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah, I've been wearing it for a couple days since I got it. It it shipped pretty quickly actually. I think it's because I got it in a pre-order window. They were pretty tough to get for a little bit when these first came out, and they had to do
Yeah.
these pre-order waves, but I guess they did one start of December, and I figured I'd leave on my trip and maybe it would come, but came pretty quick. I think they're in Vancouver, Washington, not Vancouver, Vancouver, BC. So it was
Mhm.
pretty fast shipping for me. And yeah, I
Now, was
overall
this
the thickness is the best part of this watch. Just look how
That's the
slim.
best part. I mean, like, y'all can send me your fucking hate mail. That's the best part about quartz watches. I am so pro quartz watch. It's not even funny. By quartz watch, by quartz by quartz match, by quartz watch. I mean basically anything that's going to be powered, battery powered. Anything that's going to be powered by a quartz crystal rather than like a mechanical escapement and everything like that. So I think it's really easy, especially I'm starting to sort of dip my toe a little bit in just seeing what other watch folks are on YouTube. And the you, you think, Michael, after all the good work we've tried to do, that quartz snobbery would have gained a little bit more traction
Yeah.
than it has now. But there seems to be this connotation that automatically equals better or potentially more authentic,
Yeah.
especially among folks who are it's on the spectrum, either folks who are very well established into their watch collections or folks who are just starting. But I love quartz watches. So what's funny is, and I promise I'll stop talking, when I first saw this I thought it was going to be a honking metal hockey puck, but the fact that it's slim,
Yeah, check that out. 11.3 right there. Here are the dimensions.
that's solid. That's really nice.
Yeah.
The only reason I got here, I'll show you. I'm not wearing it for the wrist check. The only reason I got my Month of Triumph is because it's automatic and it's like super slim. It's like 10 or 9 millimeters thin. It's
Yeah,
like two Triscuits.
that's insane. I didn't know they got that slim with that. So I'm pretty
Yeah, I mean, I'll,
impressed.
I'll tell you exactly what it is right now. I'm not wearing that for my wrist check. Um, but the rest of my daily watches are quartz for the most part.
Yeah.
9.7 millimeters case thickness.
Oof,
Come
that's
on
wild.
now. But so wait, what was your Inspiratus? What was your inspiring moment to pick this up? Were you like, was this like a drunk purchase of which you've, in the past you've done that? Or was this something you were just like, yeah, I'll throw $300 at it and see what happens? Like, because you and I have, in not a serious capacity, you and I have never talked about this watch.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think I mentioned it in the last episode, like in
Mm,
passing. Hey, I got this thing. No, I think this getting the CWC back in the collection and this style like Monin case thing.
mm,
I miss having a lot of them, and uh a lot of the CWC quartz ones that I used to have. So I used to have an SBS and I used to have the 83 reissue.
right?
They've been out of stock forever. Um,
Yeah.
and so I thought, hey, this thing seems pretty cheap, cheapish. I mean, compared to the CWCs. So I just wanted to try it.
Hell yeah.
Quick little Christmas gift to myself.
Is 2024 going to be the year of watch pot shots? Because I feel like we both go through periods of like self-induced dry spells, and then periods of just like fucking I don't care. I'm at the gas station. I'm buying this Casio.
Chaos. Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I've done that with F91s. Yeah, for sure.
I
No,
keep hitting my microphone. I'm so sorry, everyone.
it's okay. Yeah, if you've heard that before, now you can see what makes the sound.
It's my dumb fucking hands hitting it.
Oh,
Man, that's
that's
funny.
what I'm wearing. And also the Tropic strap is super cool. It's got the quick release spring bars. Yeah,
I'll have to ask you a real question.
yeah.
Does it smell like vanilla?
It does not. No,
Thank
no
God.
vanilla. Yeah.
I've gotten rubber straps before. Because that's rubber technically, right? The tropic strap, the tropic
Yeah.
style strap, it's rubber. I've got rubber straps before, and like they smell like they packed them in like an ice cream cone factory. And like
Yeah.
I know, like I'm about to get a bunch of people like being like, "But Kev, it's because old rubber clunk." I know old rubber used to stink, but we have the technology of making non-shitty smelling rubber now. It's the future. Follow-up question: now can you hear my son?
I hear him a little bit, but it's not bad.
Not bad. Okay, sorry to everyone at home. My son
No,
is 7 months old yesterday, and he does not like bath time. Who the fuck does?
yeah, neither do we.
Are you drinking moonshine? What are you drinking?
This is just water.
Oh, out of a
It's
jar.
it's the
Hardcore.
mason. It's the mason jar that makes
Yeah,
it.
I thought you just had like 4 fingers of just moonshine.
That'd be serious. I gotta go to church in a bit. I can't be doing that. That'd be wild.
It's just a casual Christmas Eve getting blind plastered, staring at my own image with Kaz. Good. I like that. I hope. Do you see it staying?
Yeah, I mean, I think we can do. I would love to review it. It photographs really well. Love to review it. I don't know if it doesn't stick around. Maybe it can be a giveaway watch. You know,
There you
something
go.
like that.
Heck
We should
yeah.
probably start doing those again because we used to do those.
We used to do, this is a blast from the past for any OG TBWS folk out there. We used to do a giveaway every time our Instagram followers increased by 1,000, we did a watch giveaway.
Yeah. And even then, I don't think we kept up with it that well.
No, the last few thousand, we definitely started slacking because,
we
God,
started to hate
we
Instagram.
We started hating Instagram, but also just like personally and professionally, fuck, we were going through so much.
Oh yeah, definitely.
in that middle period there, man, that's funny. Yeah, we can bring that back. Let's see. Crack open the coffers, the TBWS coffers, like a moth flies out and shit. Try to do a watch giveaway.
Also, I hope you don't hear cows now. That's another thing you might hear. They get very loud.
Okay, but doesn't the cow have to be like, is it like Mr. Ed? Is he like sticking his head like in your window and like mooing at you? Like how close are these cows?
They're pretty close. Like I have the window open and they're maybe like, I don't know, 40 feet away. So
okay, that's fairly close. Are they cool? Are they chill?
They're cool. I've been on work calls before and someone's just been like, is that a cow? I gotta
just play dumb, being like, yeah, I heard that too. Is that I was gonna ask you, I don't want to be rude. Is that on your end? They're like in an office. They're clearly like in like an office building. They're like, is there a cow there? I thought you had one of them like farm clocks where like each hour is like a different animal on the farm.
I have that with birds downstairs.
The bird one's very real.
Yeah.
Very fucking real.
But yeah, that's what I got. The momentum, I dig it. You know, case quality wise, really close to the CWC. I wish I had a quartz CWC to see if the thickness was about the same. But this CWC is about like 12 point something, and the momentum's 11.3. So pretty slim. I dig it, and it wears really well on the Tropic, very close to the wrist.
Heck yeah. Nice.
Maybe I'll watch Magnum PI now. I don't know.
You could try. The problem is, it's one of those shows where if you've never seen it, you try sitting down and watching it in your 30s, you're just like, okay.
I know my parents liked it. That's about it. That's about all.
Yeah, you give it a shot.
I saw Tom Selleck in Friends. He's in that for a bit.
That counts, right?
Randomly,
right? He was. That's right. Oh my god, that's funny.
So,
is it Myra Checo?
Yeah. What are you wearing?
I'm sure now that we're on video, everyone's probably seen this fucking color. In honor of episode 264 being the last episode of the year, but also a first episode with video, I am wearing, perfectly timed, I am wearing the Orient Christmas Chrono. This is a TWS classic. It is a very close personal favorite of mine. I got this watch very, very early in my horological kind of journey. This is a limited edition JDM solar quartz chronograph released by Orient in Japan in 2016 to commemorate Christmas 2016. I bought this in like 2017, I think. I saw an image of it, and I think everyone's experienced this before. You see an image of a watch. You're going through Instagram or you're on Reddit. I saw this on Reddit at the time. And you don't know anything. You don't know anything about you don't know the brand logo. You don't know if it's a quartz or an automatic or what it is. You don't know. You see the watch and you immediately get orologically hard and you're like, yes, I don't care who's in my way. I don't care if there's a wall in between me and that watch. I will fuck through that wall to get to that watch. Probably not in that extreme as of terms, but most folks have probably experienced something like that watch lust. Or called watch lust. This watch is one that I had watch list for. I saw it and I knew nothing about it, but I said, yes, I see it. I know it. It is good. And I will have it. And I went on a huge journey. This is one of the things I miss about being early days in watch collecting. I miss learning about something and just going on that journey. Never, you know what I mean? I didn't know too much about Orient at this time. I didn't know anything about JDM. I didn't really know anything about any of that stuff. And so I got to have this amazing experience of learning all that in the hunt for this watch.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think that reminds me of when I first saw a picture of a CWC, I think, on Instagram. I was just, what the heck is that? That happened with CWC, and that also happened with Smiths. And then I think and then my like villain arc just was kicked off into like military watch land or whatever. So
that was your villain origin story.
Yeah.
I love it. But no, that's what I'm wearing it obviously because it is the time of year. It's Christmas Eve. It is time for the Orient Christmas Chrono. So the Orient Christmas Chrono, the reference, if you're curious, you can also just Google literally the words Orient Christmas Chrono. That is not an official name by Orient. That is a name that Michael and I have given to this watch. The reference for this is WV0051TX. It is part of the Orient Neo 70s line. The Orient Neo 70s line is not very popular here in the United States, or it's popular in certain parts of Western Europe. It's not very popular here in the United States, but essentially the Orient Neo 70s line is a collection of timepieces that Orient put out, and I think still continues to iterate on a little bit these days, primarily in Japan, but they put out these designs that were inspired in some way by a watch design or motif from the 70s, but they put some sort of interesting quirk or spin on it. And in particular, the inspiration for this is it's just like a straight classic like Panda chronograph, but the interesting spin is that color. This color is amazing.
Yeah.
It is a very deep, I would call it like a jewel tone teal. It'll have moments of being more of a bluey teal, like in the photograph here I have on my Strat headstock. But it also has that really cool like comic book cover hologram effect. So those pinstripes, you can't tell it on camera here, but those pinstripes they move as like
I can see it. Yeah, I can see it.
Can you? Okay. As like light shifts, the pinstripes move. That's so fun. You can actually like. I love how impressed we are with technology right now, Michael.
Yeah.
Messing with the picture on this thing. But funny thing about this watch, I was mentioning before quartz watches. This is a solar quartz chronograph. I have a very, very strong affinity for quartz chronographs. The fact this is a solar quartz chronograph is well, it's just especially goddamn fantastic to me. Now, if you are an Orient watch aficionado like myself, you will immediately say, hey, Kaz, hey, Dick, hey, Kaz. I hope you don't say that. Orient doesn't make quartz movements. Orient proudly only makes in-house automatic movements. Well, asshole, I would say to you if you called me a dick or whatever. You're totally correct. Orient's bread and butter, one of their really more interesting value props in the price range that they play with, and the price range that they play with is anywhere from $100 for like a standard Orient to anywhere $1,800, $2,000, which you'll get in the Orient Star line. All of those are mechanical or automatic. the case of this watch, this is a solar quartz watch. The movement on the Orient website when this watch was live was listed as the KSB00. In the course of my review, you can go and check out the review on the twobrokeWatchSnobs.com. I did a little bit of investigation work. This is most likely an Orient branded Seiko V175, Seiko Solar V175 movement. Yeah, Michael, you're zoomed in on the section here. So I don't know what other Orient aficionados or movement like junkies there are out there, but when I started learning about this watch and I started getting to the movement, I thought that was just so cool. So it is a Seiko branded solar quartz chronograph movement in this watch. So but yeah, it's a personal favorite. It's one of the few times I feel whole when I wear a watch.
That's perfect for this time of year. I love it.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I love the photos you have on this review. So good.
Yeah, that was I used to try so hard on photos.
It's hard. It takes a lot out of you, man. It takes a lot out of you.
You know? I think the last set of photos that I took that I fucking loved, probably the Grand Seiko. My quartz Grand Seiko, the SBG V233. I love those photos.
Now
those were great.
Now my lighting has changed. Now the sun is coming out, so it's
you still look fine. I look purple.
You don't. You're fine.
I hate it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Boom, but that's
our first video wrist check.
Yeah. Amazing. It only took 6 years or 7 years, actually. I think 6 or 7 years. 2016 September, 7 years. No, 6 years. Yeah.
Math.
I'm bad at math. If no one can tell. But yeah. So I'm super stoked. Michael, you're going to be here in Florida. Are you bringing your Magnum PI watch with you?
I can if you're curious about it.
If you weren't planning on it, don't bring it.
I get weird about traveling with watches. I mean, this one is, if something happens to it, I won't cry. But some of the other ones, please don't mug me.
Travel smart, man. It's so funny. That's one of the really funny things I always think about with watches and traveling. I generally feel safe traveling with watches because none of my watches look like a Rolex.
Yeah.
The Rolex Submariner is the most stolen watch on earth. Like you could be in Spain and you could be getting a beer and little breads or grabbing wine, something like that. And if you are wearing a Rolex Submariner, you are a target.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that watch.
I think the theory is some people have the theory of, if something is on bracelet, it looks fancy and expensive. If something is on rubber or nylon, it'll be, I guess, less attractive.
We should start making straps out of cut off jeans and just selling it to people to put on their watches. Call anti-theft straps. And it's this strap looks like dog shit. Yeah, you're fucking welcome, dude.
Kind of like the Railmaster with the denim dial and the denim strap.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that. They're they can beat me to it again. First the moon, now the goddamn denim straps. God damn it! But first the moon. Remember Dumb and Dumber? No way. We live on the moon.
Yeah.
Damn it, that's good. But yeah, good wrist check, man. Heck yeah. Here, do you want to switch gears? Do you want to talk about... so this is generally the portion of the show where we switch gears and talk about housekeeping items. Housekeeping items, bam, there it is on the screen. Amazing.
Incredible.
This is
pro. So pro.
So pro. It only took way too long. We transitioned to the housekeeping part of the episode. So really this is us just talking about site updates, things that we're doing that are cool, interesting things that are coming up. Really, we wanted to use the housekeeping portion of the episode 64 to talk about next year. Talk about this. Talk about you guys. Tell us about you. Tell us about everyone at home. We'll wait. I think I am excited for next year because I feel a sense of renewed enthusiasm. Oh, perfect. I'm glad you pulled up the site. I'm feeling a very strong sense of renewed enthusiasm for all different platforms that Michael and I now have the opportunity to express ourselves in. If you've been a fan of the show for a long time, you probably have a pretty good sense of, you know, not everyone's going to say something like, if there's a wall between me and that watch, I will fuck through that wall to get to that watch. That's not like a regular thing you probably hear lots of places. I guess
Yeah.
the operative question there is, how thick is the wall? Like, how thick is a wall? You know what I mean? Fairly thick, I guess I should say. Any fans of the show, Peep Show, should immediately remember the episode and scene that I'm talking about, because I just acted it out in front of you. But I feel a renewed sense of enthusiasm for next year, just because we have all these different things that are going on. But the one that excites me the most is the website. You know, Michael and I have gone through this process really in the last quarter of 2023 of redoing the website. My mission imperative for the website redesign was to do whatever I needed to do to have it no longer look like a Czechoslovakian gardening blog, which is kind of what it looked like before. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, we are not a Czechoslovakian gardening blog. Like, you know, we are like an appropriately themed, you know, watch enthusiast website. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I do like the redesign. I do like the push that we made this year in working with, you know, talented writers and making it more of a hub of useful information if you're somebody that's either getting into watches or have been collecting watches for a very long time. We just wanted to centralize a lot of the knowledge, you know, especially in these guides that I have like pulled up here. Whereas we're not necessarily playing the same game that maybe other watch websites are, where, I don't know, we stay on top of every single news release or review the hottest new watch that every YouTuber is passing around at the same time. I don't know, maybe we can try some of that as well in the future, but you know, really just,
I mean,
yeah.
okay, so it's two things. First of all, huge apology. Czechoslovakia no longer exists, so my deepest and serious apologies to the Czech Republic and Slovakia.
And the gardeners, yeah.
And the gardeners, I mean, of which I'm sure there is at least more than 5 gardeners in the Czech Republic and Slovakia. So huge apologies. Everyone involved in my comment there. Second thing, I strive to not be one of those websites when like a watch release comes out and everyone has the same press photos, everyone says the same thing, and this is something that I think really informed Michael, what fueled you and I just wanting to do this from day one. I'll tell you when day one was, the exact date. Day one was fucking September 6th, 2016. What really kind of informed that is, we understood we did not live in a world where every watch release was awesome every time forever.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of other watch websites and a lot of other, what I'm now learning, like folks who are putting ideas and thoughts out there on YouTube, any latest and newest thing that a watch brand puts out there is like the greatest thing that brand, you know, has ever done. When the reality is that's like definitely not true. There are instances where a brand has put something out that, you know, is legitimately good, but then the next thing they put out, you know, is dog shit. That's happened before. Like we've covered brands and done those kinds of things where that has, you know, happened. So next year I want to do more newest press coverage stuff like on the site or whatever, but definitely more of that, just honest opinions. I think you know, a good taste of that was do you I'm so stupid. I was gonna be like, do you remember Watches and Wonders? Do you remember Watches and Wonders?
That's what I was gonna bring up. I think we did a good job there. There was a good balance between us trying to participate in the whole media storm, but at our own pace and really only talking about the things that we were interested in discussing. We'll also do it for stuff that gets us really mad, kind of like this. Remember this one? Yeah. So
let me pull up one of my favorite ones from and I'm being ironically favorite. Remember Watches and Wonders, that tag warrior two-tone 18
oh,
karat gold?
let's find it. Was it
If you just Google, if you just I took the link off the nav because Watches and Wonders is over now. If you just go to our search bar and just search Aqua Racer, you'll find it. Or actually, you're close. You're right there.
Oh, this one right here.
Yeah. The title for this watch, after it was released on the Two Book Watch Snobs website, Tag Heuer Aqua Racer released in two-tone with inlaid 18 karat gold. That is one way to ruin a watch. That is the whole fucking title. Because I fucking hated this watch. I love the Aqua Racer line. Like, we're about to talk about this year releases that we enjoyed. I have an Aqua Racer on my list, like one particular Aqua Racer, but like I remember this thing came out and I was so fucking upset.
Yeah, this was a weird one.
Yeah, I love this. As a performance instrument, putting soft gold on the crown and bezel insert feels as simultaneously appropriate as drinking soda when you're dehydrated.
Perfect.
So it's just I want to do I want to do more of that. I just want to the things that make us feel good, I want to do more of next year. And I felt very good smearing dog shit on this Aqua Racer.
Yeah, and the site is a hub for that kind of expression, and this kind of combination of audio and visual aids and YouTube stuff, we want to bring that to you guys in a more expressive way, and I guess with different forms of media for your consumption.
That said, we will be doing podcast episodes incongruence between audio outputs and video. So you're watching on YouTube now. We're even tinkering with ideas on live streams, certain segments of video that are only available to like we're thinking about bringing back like a newsletter list or something like that. But like I don't want it to be like a lame newsletter. I like how I'm not as expressive visionarily as I am as like more than like a 16-year-old would be. Like, dude, I want it to be something that's like, wow. And like that's the extent of how I would express my vision to you, Michael. I hate that. I wish I was more appropriately eloquent.
Yeah, the newsletter we'll figure it out, but that'll be another thing that we crack open for next year.
Yeah. So tons of fun stuff. That said, if there is anything interesting you would like us to do on any sort of format or platform, whether it's on the site or on the YouTube machine, I don't think we have any predilection of wanting to fuck around with like X or Twitter or whatever the hell it's called now, right? I have no desire.
What about TikTok?
I mean, if you get those cat headphones, we could do button chicken.
What did you say?
Button chicken.
What's that?
We play chicken with our buttons. So you wear a button shirt, I wear a button shirt, and we keep doing buttons until or I think.
That sounds like TikTok stuff. I see what you mean.
TikTok or OnlyFans. Well, the first 3 buttons are TikToks, but if you want to go at 4 buttons and more, that's the OnlyFans.
That's our premium content. Yeah.
That's the orological tier. Orological horror tier of OnlyFans. Right?
Your son will hear this one day.
Oh my god, you're right. Well, that's fine.
Should we move to the main topic?
Yeah, let's do that. We talked about next year.
Yeah.
Sorry, every time I can't say that word without saying it in Danny DeVito's voice in my head from Sunny in Philadelphia.
What word?
My wife is a whore. I can't do it in his voice. But did you ever see that episode of Sunny in Philadelphia?
I did, yeah.
it's just so, man, what a great show.
Ugh.
I haven't caught it in a while. Let's talk about 2023. That's in the future. Screw the future, 2024. Or not screw the future. Let's be ready for the future. But let's take a look back 2023. Really, we wanted to just kind of maybe highlight some releases we thought were interesting. I have some pieces over here on my end that I've compiled. These are by no means. I have three. These are by no means the things that I think. Like, this is not a definitive list. These are just the first three things that I thought were significant for very particular reasons for each release, and I'll talk about them as I go through them as well. But just wanted to do that and then just see where fate takes us.
Let's do it. Did you want to? You can go first, and you can tell me, and then I can pull it up, and you can talk about it.
Surprise me. Grab a link.
All right, let's do it. I'm
gonna
do
it live.
Do it live.
Do it live.
Tell me about.
I'm pumped. Stuff. I have my Christmas Chrono. I'm drinking Bailey's. I'm a little buzzed. I have my gluten-free scone. I'm fucking in it right now, dude. Yes.
This is a very recent one. This just came out.
Just came out. This is the Seiko 5 Sports Field GMT SSK023. I was very happy to see this watch because, obviously, I'm pretty sure it was last year. The Seiko 5 GMTs were released, which is that GMT movement. I believe it's the 4R36, right?
I think so. Yeah.
That movement in particular, for me, is huge because it opened up the door not just to more affordable automatic GMT releases from Seiko, but the technology then became available to other brands, micro brands, all other kinds of, I can't think of any other kind of brand, but other brands and shit like that. So when I saw this released, it hit a lot of really nice spots for me because obviously my journey, and I'm reaching here my watch, my journey for the month of Triumph was very much informed by my need to find a dad watch that was a field watch that was a little refined, which is like basically what this watch is. So the fact that Seiko was able to release a Seiko 5 line, it is a field watch. I would consider this as a field watch. It actually hits a lot of the notes that I was looking for, in my dad watch journey. But I love this because this is going to start opening up the door for more mechanical GMTs in the Seiko 5 line over time. And I love the bracelet. I love everything about this watch. I also love that it's not... do you remember what happened? And I think they've kind of veered away from the list a little bit, but do you remember what happened when the SKX 007 was discontinued and then they announced and released the Seiko 5KX? And like the Seiko 5KX came out in a couple or like 2 or 3 colors initially. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then future iterations after that all kind of felt the same, just sort of different colors or like wacky dial textures or something like that. And then it took them a little while to start putting out, more field watch style, 5KX kind of like iterations and things like that. But the fact that I believe this is the second or third GMT release within the Seiko 5 GMT line, and it's a total departure from that Seiko 5 GMT.
Yeah,
original.
It's more of it's not Seiko 5, but they started to put the GMT in the Alpinist models also, which look very cool.
Yeah.
This is, I think, maybe a little more accessible. Those are probably way more by this point. But it's cool. They have a black one too, which I like a little bit more. I'd have to try this bracelet on in person. What do you think about this? So I guess this big hand is like that's the GMT hand right here, right? This,
I would assume,
orange or red. It looks like a jumbo version of the seconds hand that
the Sumo seconds hand.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so. Let me see.
Maybe they just went to MS Paint and resized it.
I got my Sumo right here. Yeah, it's like a blown up Sumo hand.
You're totally. I stared at that Sumo hand for years when I had mine. Yeah, that's a Sumo hand. Yeah.
I guess
Look
you
at
don't really
that.
see it here.
I can kind of see it.
Yeah, there's that hand.
Trust me, I remember what it looked like.
Very
But yeah,
cool.
I think this watch in and of itself, not within the iterative legacy that it's a part of, but in and of itself, it is a cool watch. I think it's great. It's not a crazy color. It's not like anything. It's exactly what a field watch is supposed to be. So oh yeah, you can see some of these other 5KX
Yeah,
iterations and things like that. So I thought that was a great way to close out the year for Seiko 5 releases.
that's solid.
Mhm.
Yeah, I do. I like that one, and I like that black one. I'd probably wear the black one on a rubber strap or something. That'd be cool.
That would be killer.
Let's see. I was very happy with this watch when it came out, and this will take us back to.
So I'm eating.
No, it's
I
okay.
forgot I'm on video.
Gotta get used to it, man.
I'm
How's
just
that?
like eating scones and shit.
It's just the way it's always been. It's just I can see you doing it now. Everybody can see you doing it.
That's so good.
Uh,
Oh hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh yeah.
this is like, I don't know, man. I don't know what world I'd be living in where I own this watch, but
This is so you. Especially like this like all blacked out watch kick you're on right now.
yeah, this is the Zenith revival, the Defy revival Shadow that came out earlier in March this year. This was one of the things, like you said, we were taking a look at the Watches and Wonders, just the wave of stuff that was coming, and really just grabbing stuff that stopped us in our tracks. And this was one of those watches. And I can't explain it. Something about this case, the shape, and all these like little facets and angles that you get with it. It's very, very cool.
Yeah.
And this is titanium. It looks
fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's a microblasted titanium case. Unfortunately, $7,400.
Oh my god. Well, what does Zenith look like on the used market? Secondhand.
I'm not sure. This was, to me, this was one of the two big watches that pulled me in for Watches and Wonders. It was this and the IWC, the Ingenieur.
Ingenizer.
Yeah. So that watch, that thing is like impossible to get now. Their IWC is playing Daytona games with that watch where
That's funny.
maybe we'll put you on a list, maybe we'll call you, maybe you can get some catering for everybody here at the AD and like be a simp for a little bit. But yeah, so between those two, I'm more excited about this the Zenith, and I've just overall been very Zenith curious lately.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. I'm Zenith curious. There are certain watch releases or just watches that I have no other way of appropriately describing this feeling that I get when I see certain watches. And this is a great example of it, but you see a watch and you go, yeah, someone gave a shit.
Yeah.
Someone totally gave a shit and put a lot of thought and effort into every inch of this watch, every centimeter or millimeter of this watch. And this is 100% one of those watches. Like, there are some watches you'll see out there will just be like, hey, I just fucking throw the SKX case and put a purple dial on it, ship it out. Not like that, obviously. I'm sure they have different accents, but like, I don't know why. Like, I always just do that accent when I'm just like half-assing something. That's my. I think everyone has a half-ass accent, and mine for some reason is that guy.
That's yours. Look at this, man. 300 meters of water resistance. Why this thing doesn't need that, but that's very cool. You know,
someone gave a shit about this watch. I love that. This is a great pick.
I just have a very hairy wrist, so I don't know. Like it'll all poke out of these holes. That look very funny.
Yeah, that happens with my that happens with my Grand Seiko bracelet sometimes. I just let it go. You just own it. Yeah. Or we could be wrist shavers. Do you want to be wrist shaving cool?
I'm not doing that. I can't.
Never again.
I can't.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny about body shaving? is
Go on.
it's never just like a little, oh, I'll just shave a little bit of fair. It's never like that. You're always chasing, oh, that's not right. That line doesn't look right. That, and then by the time enough, but before you know it, it's been 2 hours and you've shaved off every single piece of hair on your body.
Yeah, maybe I can do Nair. Maybe that's an option.
I tried Nair a long time ago because I had this notion that body hair was disgusting, and now that you can all see me, I have a lot of body hair. And so I tried Nair, but like I put it on and then I guess I kind of forgot about it or something. And it started to make my pores bleed.
Oof.
I like left it on for way too long.
Yeah.
It took off my hair, but it also took off a couple dermal layers that I probably needed. So I might have given myself a chemical burn with Nair. This episode is not brought to you by Nair or by
No.
Nair. I just really want to put that out there. Also, follow-up question: are they even still around?
Nair's still around. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I haven't heard about it in a long time.
In back a while ago, I played with this guitar player in a band, and we dumped out his shampoo and we put Nair in it. And yeah, he's a millionaire now though, and I'm not. So
Well, joke's on us. Did he become a millionaire selling hair growth products?
No,
Please tell
he did not. He did not.
Damn
I'll
it.
tell you though. I'll tell you what he does after the show.
You could have, because you could have been his hero origin story. You could have been the reason he became a millionaire. Like my punk ass bandmates caused me to chemical burn my scalp and I lost all my hair. So I went on a fucking journey to the Amazon to find a flower
man.
that can help you grow hair back. I assume that's how you grow hair back. Amazonian flowers. I don't know.
This is great.
I don't know lots of things.
We know about watches. What's the next watch you want to talk about?
Some watches. You can choose any random one. I can jump in it.
Let's see. You sent me this watch here. Let's talk about it because do you see these graphics that Heuer has on their website?
What is happening? What was that?
It's snowing. There's snow on the Tag Heuer.
Was that
website.
Marvel's Daredevil? Who was that?
Let's see. Let's refresh the page and see if he comes
refresh
back.
the page.
So, there's a little guy behind the watch. You can see.
Like
this is kind of cool.
He's like a snow ninja.
A snow ninja.
Right? Well, he looks like a fucking ninja, dude. But this animation was different. How many animation Listen, if you're listening on the car, like in your car, and you have no idea what the fuck we're talking about, just please go to YouTube and pull this up.
It's impressive. That's a lot to put into a product page because he does different stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Depending on how long you've been on the page. So we're looking at the Tag Heuer Aqua Racer Professional 200 Solar Graph
in titanium.
In titanium.
That's at least it should be the titanium one I sent you. I love this. I love, I'm wearing my solar quartz Christmas chrono. I love quartz watches. I especially have a strong affinity for solar quartz watches. The fact that Tag started to iterate the Aqua Racer line, I think a year or two ago with quartz, and then now they released it in this solar quartz titanium. I fucking love it. Like this is hardcore on my radar at some point. Not anytime soon, obviously, but like I think this is great because I think it's one of those things where the Aqua Racer line is kind of like there's so many versions of the Aqua Racer that have come out and have been discontinued. It almost kind of feels like Tag's like throwaway model collection. Like it is probably the collection of Tag that I see folks dismiss the quickest because I think people are a little jaded by the amount of Aqua Racers that are out there.
Yeah,
and so
there were a lot.
There are a lot. This to me is really cool because it's one of those things where it's like, okay, you thought we had done everything, but here's the solar graph in fucking titanium. And I love titanium. My Grand Seiko is titanium. I want more titanium watches in my life.
I saw this watch in person. I don't know if I told you, but
I think you did tell me.
Yeah, it's very tooly. Like
you said it was you said it was very rough. Like the titanium was like very, very rough in like a good way.
Yeah, so I guess you can think of the way that you bead blast things. It could be very smooth, or some of the texture can be rough. It could be a rougher blasting, and this one is
Yeah.
a little not in a nasty way where it doesn't feel good to the touch, but it looks very utilitarian, not like a piece of jewelry at all. There's
I love that.
zero flash behind this watch.
I love that. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. So this was a very cool thing. I remember I was pumped about it. I remember you told me when you saw it. Yeah. So I'm gonna casually keep my eye out. You know, see if I have the opportunity. See where fate takes me. But yeah, I love that.
Oh, look, here's this
I don't
little
know
guy
why.
again. There he is.
This again. Who is this fucking? Oh, he's like a race car driver.
Yeah, that's a racing helmet. But
He's
got
not a
candy cane.
ninja.
A snow ninja.
Why did you think he was a snow ninja, Michael? I sure hope there's not video evidence to the contrary of that.
Dang.
He's a snow ninja, dude. I mentioned this in the last episode on 263. Like, we were talking about watches we had in our radar. Like, I have a Quartz Aqua Racer on my radar. I was thinking maybe for next year. It's not gonna be this one, but like, I want an Aqua Racer in my collection. Like, I'm reaching here. I have my Quartz Seamaster. This is the GoldenEye reference, 2541. I have this. I feel like a Quartz Aqua Racer, while in a very similar sort of design vein, in terms of case shape and bezel and things like that. While they're similar, I think an Aqua Racer would be a very nice complement with that Quartz Seamaster. But that's just me. That's just how I'm like conceptualizing my collection as it grows, or as I want it to grow.
I forgot it was this far back, but they brought back the 40, just the plain Jane 40 in stainless steel, quartz or automatic in 40 millimeters back in January 2022.
Wow.
Back then it was 1,850 for the 40 millimeter quartz. So not bad. This solar graph though is showing what, 3,050.
It's not cheap. It's not. It's a lot of Huevos Rancheros. Like, it's not cheap.
I'd get the classic. I'd get the graduation quartz, high school graduation quartz tag Aqua Racer. That's the way to do it.
Tag gets a bad rap, and I think it's justified sometimes. I think Tag itself doesn't really understand how to present itself. I talked about this a little bit on. I did a guest spot on the Wrist Cheese podcast. It was the Wrist Cheese podcast. I did a guest spot on, where I was. We were talking about Tag and like their inability to just really figure out how to position themselves with fans. But the joke in the watch community is that a Tag Heuer is like the classic graduation watch. Like, it's your first nice watch to wear to job interviews, when you walk into the office and shake the manager's hand and look him right in the eye.
Yeah.
By the way, to anyone prospectively graduating, if your parents tell you to do that, don't. If you walk into an office and demand to speak with the manager and try to shake their hand and look them in the eye, you're going to have security called on you.
Yeah.
Just don't.
It's not like that anymore.
No.
I mean, that's how you hired me way back. That's what I did, right?
I have to show you. I found your resume.
Oh my god.
That you submitted. I keep it for sentimental purposes.
Oh, I think I found, actually. So you found my resume. I found your thesis the other day too.
How?
I found it
online.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. I did my. I have a master's in English literature, and I did my thesis on the concept of time and mathematics and an early Geoffrey Chaucer poem, and it's very nerdy.
I read the abstract the other day. I'm like, this is so cool. Pre TBWS, pre hardcore watch collector.
I was already talking about time and shit, man.
Mechanical clocks and stuff. So that was pretty cool.
It's too badass, man. But yeah, that I like the solar graph and titanium. I just like the Aqua Racer line in general. That's why I was so pissed when they put that two-tone one out. That two-tone piece of like dog shit. out during Watches and Wonders.
Yeah, definitely see if you can mess with one in person. I'm sure they're everywhere now by this point,
Yeah.
especially if the new 40s came out in beginning of 2022.
Yeah.
Let's
Here,
see.
I gotta close my window. People are looking at me.
That's always weird.
Just keep because it's fucking nighttime here, dude.
Oh yeah, it is. Let's see.
Santa's making his rounds, bro.
I'm gonna bring up one that
Oh girl. All right, I'm back.
I'm gonna bring up one that just came out also.
Okay.
I think it was a Dubai, maybe a Dubai Watch Week thing. Did you see this watch at all?
I love this one. This is a good one. Good pick. Heck
I
yeah.
really like this one. And I completely forgot about the Pro Pilot X, by the way, because I still, every once in a while, I think of the whole, integrated bracelet looking watch thing. And I never really know what works for me. I'm kind of glad that I was never able to afford a Royal Oak, because now that I know more about what fits well on my wrist and what looks good, those big old like 40, I think the Royal Oaks are 41 or 40 now, at least the one that everybody tries to get, and that's just way too big. But yeah, I think about that kind of style every now and then, and this thing is this is so cool. It's like Oris's way of trying to play ball in that space that
Yeah.
Christopher Ward to so. But the way they do this dial, the Pro Pilot X caliber 400 laser. This thing is all titanium, and this dial just blows my mind. It's like nothing that I would wear day to day. It looks
That's
like,
what's really funny about it. It looks like nothing you'd actually wear.
but if you look at pictures, not press photos or whatever, this all looks very dark in natural light, and the subtlety of the color change is what really makes it attractive. There's some sciencey stuff. I wrote about it in the article. I can't remember, but this is apparently the way light reflects off this dial because of the way it was laser treated. I guess reds are just not happening in the spectrum. So this is the absence of some color happening when light reflects off of it and your eye picks it up.
I enjoyed the amount of journalistic credentials you displayed by saying there's some sciencey stuff that I wrote about.
Yeah. It was very late at night when I saw this and thought, I'm gonna
do it, man. But no, that's cool. I could see this being your wild card watch. Everyone needs a wild card watch.
It's a lot though. This thing is expensive too. 5,200.
Holy fuck balls. All right,
yeah. Whereas by now, so they have other versions. They did the Kermit green one.
For some reason.
But when they first came out with this line, they came out with a basic blue dial, grayish dial, and a salmon color dial. Those used have come down a bit. So even if this one is not, like, if I ever see it in person and I'm just like, no, this is too crazy for me.
With $5,000, dude, there are a lot of other watches you can get.
Yeah.
$5,000, which one would probably argue would be, maybe a more appropriate way of spending $5,000.
I'd probably get a SkyQuest and call it a day. And
there you go. I mean, which is a conversation that we've had before.
Yeah.
But the heart wants what the heart wants.
Yeah. I don't see myself getting that though. Don't worry.
Let's see. Maybe Santa's going to pay you a little. I just want to be clear. Santa's not paying you a visit. All right. At least not after it leaves my house.
He's with you. He's wasting time right now. He's going to be late.
Aren't you working, Santa? What the shit, bro? He's got AI. AI is doing his job for him right now.
I went to the Tacoma Mall yesterday, which is scary enough on a regular day. And I thought it was a good idea to go on the 23rd. And there was a mall Santa working. I felt like yelling at him, like, don't you have stuff to do? Whatever.
Why are you talking to these 15 to 20 kids? There are millions of kids needing you right now. You hop the fence and tackle them. Kids are crying and shit.
I got your last link here, and this might be my favorite one that you sent me, honestly.
That's it. My last pick. And these are watches that I feel represented something very interesting in 2023. I sent Michael the Citizen Tsuyosa, Tsuyosa, Citizen Tsuyosa. You know, if I were to call in the scope of horological astrology, I would probably call 2023 the year of the integrated bracelet, because that just seemed to be very fucking hot this year. But one of the interesting things is that most of those integrated bracelet releases were pretty fucking expensive. I think the ones that were quote unquote on the more affordable side, $800 or $900. Christopher Ward, the 12, those are between 1,100 and 1,800. There's another one I can't think of, which I think was just under 1,000.
The PRX?
Oh, might be, but actually, the PRX is you can get some pretty affordable PRXs.
Yeah.
So, but the PRX came out 2 years ago, right? Didn't come out in 2023.
But I can't. This is. Oh my
There
god!
you go.
You're not gonna see that. That's
I can see it.
That's the 35 millimeter ice blue.
The smaller ones came out this year. So okay, I'll do a joint one. I'll do a joint one this year. The smaller case release for the PRX and the Citizen Tsuyosa. Affordable options for integrated bracelets with a selection of dial colors that, to me, do not feel gimmicky at all. But these feel very colorful, vibrant, and fun, which I don't know. You can get the Quartz PRX for, what is it, between 400 and 600, somewhere in there, depending on the size, right?
Maybe a little bit less for the smaller one, honestly.
Yeah. The Citizen Tsuyosas are under 500, I'm pretty sure.
Let's see. Yeah, it says 360. I'm surprised we haven't messed with one of these yet for like a review.
I want to. I have it on my radar, my orological radar. But I want to highlight this, and I'll highlight the PRX as well, as just offering folks affordable options for that integrated bracelet look. You know, because it would have been, especially for Citizen, because Citizen, listen, Citizen, if you're listening or watching, stop fucking around with this mechanical movement stuff. Although I guess this is mechanical movement, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, these are automatic.
I'd love if it was just Eco Drive. That'd be pretty cool.
If it was Eco Drive, it would be half the price.
Yeah.
Citizen, please stop messing around with automatic movements. I do appreciate how these are automatic under $500 though. That was something I misstepped on my brain on. But I think offering watches like this that inform and progress this discussion on integrated bracelets without like rehashing the same sort of vibe, because a large chunk of those integrated bracelet watches that have been released kind of look the same ish. You know what I mean? Have a kind of a similar vibe to them. I think these are just fun, and it's a really easy way for someone to get into it.
Yeah, these do something a little different. The Christopher Ward 12 does as well.
Mm-hmm. But those things can get expensive. There's a titanium version of the 12 in like a blue gradient, like black to blue titanium version. I think it's like $1,800. I was tempted by that for a while.
Yeah.
But for less, I got my Month of Triumph instead.
I think you made the right choice.
I agree with you. So those are my 3 picks for noteworthy releases of the year. Those are by no means the only noteworthy releases of the year. Those are just ones I thought would be fun to kind of call out.
Let's see. This is my my last one. I'll just power through it. This is the fucking love these things, man.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
This is the Tudor Pelagos FXD, or the Pelagos Fixed, but this time done in, I guess, the US Navy style. to pay tribute to watches worn, issued and worn by Navy SEALs back in the day. And I think what better watch to do that with than with the FXD that is, I guess, as mil spec as you can get from the Tudor / Rolex family these days.
What do you think is preventing Tudor from going full Black Bay with the Pelagos line? Because I'm kind of surprised they haven't yet.
You mean with more colors,
more
GMT,
colors, more
everything?
sizes? Like, yo, dog, there's a Black Bay for every mood of the spectrum of emotions you could possibly feel in a day.
Yeah, look at this photo. Those are my arms, by the way. You see that?
You know what's fucking cool?
You know what's great
about this photo? We literally stopped and had a full conversation on air the last time this photo was here. But the only difference between then and now is we are on fucking video, so everyone can see.
Yeah, this is so me.
This is I mean, it's like they knew.
Yeah, only we got this press photo, by the way. We got the
I hate this photo because the watch is
it photoshopped?
It's a little weird looking. Like they just went to like the free Pexels account for Tudor and they just said like muscular man arms crossed and they got that and then they just like photoshopped. I love how Tudor has a Pexels account. Like a free stock photo. You can't even afford the fucking Shutterstock account. Y'all, come on.
What I think my favorite thing about this release though is that it makes the French Navy one old news, which I'd probably still go for that one if I were gonna get one of these. That's the cycle with Tudor. Something new comes out, it's hype and impossible to get for 6 or 7 months. Then they do a stealth release, and then that other thing is just old news at this point. So
remember when folks were stomping on their grandmothers for the Black Bay 58?
The 58 in blue. I've never seen anything like it. And I just waited a bit and I got it below MSRP. And it's even, if I would have waited more, dude, those things are rock bottom now.
People were selling their fucking kids at the swap shop in Fort Lauderdale just to afford. That's not true. Please do not think I'm being facetious. just to afford the fucking Black Bay 58. But like now you can get them for under $3,000 all day.
Dude, I think I saw one for like 2,200 on Reddit or something. Yeah.
So this really sorry if someone paid $5,000 for that watch.
Yeah, sorry. At least you got the gram, I guess. But these things I think were pretty cool. I like that it looks like they invited real watch website people to a fancy display where they had Navy memorabilia, dive suits.
Oh, did our invites get lost? Did we?
I guess so.
I guess maybe, yeah. We can double check our PO box with them.
Yeah, we'll check. Maybe it went to spam. I don't know, but yeah, they embrace that part of their history, that kind of military, U.S. military connection. But nice. I think I would get the I have the 58 now, but the blue that they do on the
I totally forgot you still had the 58s.
Yeah, that's the one that I fell asleep with and it stopped working. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever. But yeah.
Well, I mean, it's depth rated, Michael. It's not sleep rated.
I know,
bro. You voided your warranty.
I watched a rom-com and went to sleep, and that was I was born to dare that night, and that's what did it for that watch, I guess. But yeah,
born to dare.
It's still it works now. They
got it fixed
very, very quickly. So good stuff.
So if you too fell asleep wearing your Tudor Black Bay 58, you are not alone. # born to dare.
This was fun. I don't know if you can tell now the sun is going down and the light is changing again.
You got some like halo glow on you. Are you expecting?
Thank you.
You're glowing. You got some glowage, man.
Well, I have another very big monitor here that's running a different computer. So I'm just trying to light myself with a very bright screen but if I go to like a darker, I don't know, if I open a page in dark mode, it gets extra spooky.
Oh, luckily from the past. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I just have my overhead light, which you'll see when you're here, and then I have my desk light, which I'm going to turn off so you can see what I'm dealing with. Oh, it's not that bad.
That's not that bad.
Hmm.
This is hopefully stuff that we can improve next year and keep things crisp, and we'll look just like, I don't know, those cool streamer gamer guys, PewDiePie. Yeah, we'll look just like him.
I don't think that guy's around anymore, is he? Is he like?
I wouldn't. I mean, I
I
don't
thought he was
think
like
that guy's-
saving children in Africa now or something with his riches, right?
I don't know if that guy has to work anymore, but he might still
No.
be doing stuff.
Well, yeah. All right. I can dig it, man. But this has been thank you to everyone that stuck with it. I think 2023 was a very interesting year for Michael and I professionally and personally, which had certain impacts and residual effects on just TBWS, where we had our focus, what we did, really in this last quarter, these last couple of months, Michael and I had like a proper or logical coming to Jesus moment where we were just like, hey, we have to make changes in 2024. We have to make changes that feel real, that feel authentic to us, that allow us to keep doing this thing. And so thank you to everyone that's stuck with it. We also somehow got a ton of new listeners in 2023. You and I will get messaged all the time like, hey, caught one of the shows and I'm working my way from the beginning. First of all, why? Why would you listen to them? I mean, like, it's so cool to hear that, but at the same time, I'm just like, oh man, I can't listen to the early shows. I get so I don't normally get embarrassed. I don't normally have like cringe, you know what I mean? But like, oh man, some of episode 1, hey, this is Cass. T-Bug, why you like watch? I like watches too, man. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That was 35 minutes of that.
Different people, totally different people. So
I don't think we'd I think we had a good sense back then, this couple years, of the sentiment or the vibe we wanted to give off, but we really didn't know how to focus that.
yeah,
I think we're starting to get there. So huge thank you to everyone that's been on this journey with us through all the ups and downs. I will raise my now empty glass of Bailey's. If you've been watching, that's just I've just been drinking Bailey's this whole time. This was full, Michael, when you and I started.
This is empty. It was not moonshine, just water.
That's fine. Here's to a really interesting 2023. Here's to a killer 2024. Check out the website, twobookwashingobstruct.com. Continue to check the show out. We're going to try to get back on schedule with the show. And the biggest thing, honestly, if you like what we do, if you like this episode, please go to our actual YouTube channel. Again, we actually have a YouTube channel. And just let us know. Let us know if you liked it. Let us know your thoughts. Comment in that video. That'll totally mean a lot to us. And subscribe if you haven't already to the YouTube channel, because like I said, there's gonna be more things coming on there. But Michael, do I hear our bookend music? What was that?
I put it on there and it was like messing up your audio. So I don't like that feature. I'm not gonna do that again.
Hey, free StreamYard account. We don't like that feature.
That made me sad. You were saying nice things and it didn't sound as good as it
made me big sad. No, it's all good. Check out our YouTube channel, which is something I'm going to have to get used to saying. Check us out on Instagram. We are going to try to just have a stronger, expressive voice in 2024. That is going to be what I'm going to strive to do. And Michael, I want to see you more. My life is not complete without seeing you more.
You'll get to see me. You'll get to see me. Maybe we'll even figure out a way to do this in person a couple times next year.
Don't play games with my heart. Do you remember TBW's couch surfing tour?
Yeah, that was supposed to happen, and then this like
What?
stuff.
It was something small happened.
Some,
What was that?
I don't remember. People were
COVID?
the sniffles. Some kind of sniffles were.
Someone
Well,
had like a stomach ache or something like that. I had to cancel the whole fucking thing. So
there was a bug going around. Yeah.
the TBW's Couch Surfing Tour was this 4 to 6 city recording tour that Michael and I had this idea to do, where we would go to the 4 to 6 highest concentration of listeners of the show who are within 50 miles, potential driving distance, and we would record a show either in a bar or in like a venue or something like that. And
Someone's grandma's like place. Yeah.
yeah, and then COVID came and just pissed shit all over.
We'll see. We'll see what we can do next year.
Oh, I think we're gonna do the Couch Surfing Tour next year, but it's nice to keep in mind.
Yeah.
But I think that's it, man. I'm pumped. I'm pumped for next year. I'm pumped for everything we have going on. Let us know your thoughts on the show. Hit up twobrokewatchknobs.com. Hit us up on YouTube, Two Broke Watch Knobs. Hit us up on Instagram at Two Broke Watch Knobs. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know your picks for interesting or favorite watch releases of 2023. Let us know in the comments. But otherwise, Michael, is it that time?
It's that
Is it
time.
that sad time?
I'm slowly disintegrating into the darkness, and I got to pack because I'm going to your side of the country.
You coming to Florida, babe?
Tomorrow. So, and tomorrow's Christmas. This is going to be great. It's going to be a great night.
You have to watch Home Alone on the plane. Promise me you'll watch Home Alone on the plane or Die Hard.
I can do that. I'll load them up onto the laptop. Usually I like to do the whole not so like zero stimulation on a plane ride.
Oh,
I
just like
I
sit down and
I sit and I stare, and then my wife gets mad because she's like, "That's not a normal thing to do." It's not.
if it makes you feel better, I do the same thing because I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable like watching a movie on my phone surrounded by strangers because they'll just be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, what's that guy watching?" And I can't read because I want to think I'm like reading like something insane. So I just kind of sit there and stare down the aisle until it's over.
Glad I'm not alone.
Yeah, no, you birds of a socially awkward feather, Michael. You and I.
Definitely. But yeah, that's it. We'll see you guys next year, and thanks for listening. My name is Mike,
and this is Kaz. You have been listening and watching Two Broke Watch Knobs. Later.